Hey there, awesome people. Today we're going to be talking about evil. No, I'm just kidding. We are talking about evil, but I want you guys to be exposed to what is evil and why it shouldn't have power over us. It shouldn't have dominion over us. Now, I got a lot of these resources from the Bible Project, so huge shout out to them. They're free resources. I really encourage you guys to explore your faith on your own. There's tons of different breakdowns and commentaries on different books of the Bible, topics like this throughout their page. They have years and years of stuff. Highly encourage you guys to go look at it. We're going to talk about the serpent, the evil one, the tempter, the devil today. Genesis chapter 3, we're exposed and we're introduced to the serpent in the Garden of Eden when he distorts what is good and deceives Adam and Eve into rebellion against God. Right? That's where sin is created. And what is sin? Sin separates us from God. It's anything that separates us from God. The prophet Ezekiel describes the serpent as someone who didn't want to live under God's authority. Rather, he himself wanted to be God. And he tempts Adam and Eve in the same way, getting powerful, being able to control everything, rebelling against God. The serpent isn't just shown as a snake. It can also be called the tempter, the evil one, and the devil. When it's important to note that the devil does not stand for anything. Rather, he's anti-everything. And the only way that he works is through lies, deceit, disorder, disruption, division. That's how he thrives. That's how he's being fed. So, how do we starve him? We starve him by focusing on Jesus. Jesus, when he came, he was focusing on the struggle and the sin and erasing the sin by getting closer to him. Because he is powerful. He was clean and pure enough to combat those things, combat the evil desires that the serpent was being fed on and being satiated on. So, where does that leave us as humans? What if we're too evil? What if we're just going to always be the bad guy? You can't satisfy the serpent. Simply being human means you're good, because everything that God created is good. And being human is something that is God's creation. So the simple fact of being human just rips into the serpent, into the devil, because he wants to destroy you. He wants to destroy God's creation because he is jealous and envious of God's power, because he wants God's power. And so the simple fact of being human just annihilates him, because we are good under God's eyes and we're God's creation. Everything that God created is good. So something that can only lie, can only steal, cheat, deceive, disrupt, create division, why does that have any power over you? It shouldn't. When Jesus comes, he comes to the world trying to defeat sin, right? It's not a human versus human thing. He tells us to love each other. He tells us to serve one another. He doesn't tell us to hate one another and bash one another. No, that's what the devil wants. And so Jesus knows that it's a sin problem. It's us being away from God, rebelling against God, and feeding the devil. And so how do we starve the devil? By focusing on Jesus and realizing that Jesus' love is enough to starve the devil and just keep him down as far as possible. Because that's how powerful Jesus is. Jesus is more powerful than the devil. He can help you overcome those suicidal thoughts and those thoughts that just creep into your mind, and the lustful thoughts and the thoughts of I'm not worthy enough, I'm useless. No, you're not useless. You're good. You're good because you're God's creation. So, don't let something that is literally standing for nothing, stands for absolutely nothing, dictate your will, your reasons, and your purpose for living. Don't let the serpent have that much power. Simply being human, simply being you, is something that the serpent hates. He hates it because you are God's creation. Now, why is there evil? To simply put, evil is the absence of good. Evil is the absence of good, just like darkness is the absence of light. So be the light. Shine your light in the darkest areas, whether it's the darkest areas in your insides that you haven't been able to muster up the courage to talk to come to terms with. Shine the light on it. Shine Jesus. Jesus is the way, the truth. He is the light. Bring Jesus in to those dark rooms, those dark corners of your body, your soul, and your mind. Bring Jesus in there, because he's the light that's going to get rid of the cobwebs and the mold that is growing in those dark areas of your mind. Because good and evil cannot coexist. Light and dark cannot coexist. The serpent cannot exist with God, because God is more powerful than the serpent. I hope you guys get a lot out of that. It really changes my thinking. Again, very big shout out to the Bible Project for these resources and for helping me understand some very hard to reach topics. And I hope this, guys, helps you guys. If you stayed this long, please at least give it a like. Share this with somebody that you think needs it. I love you guys. I'll pray for you guys. Don't let evil win. Evil can't win, because you're human and you're good. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. See you guys soon.